Christmas Eve, no white weasel, but we have Buck. A buck that survived. Hey kid. Welcome to Uncle Jim's Wild Kingdom Christmas Eve edition. We have reindeer. That's pretty cool. He's just about to go burn in the burn barrel. I even opened the door and he didn't move. So, there you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that'll work. How did you survive? There's too many hunting tags out there. And I took the scope off the 44 mag to take it apart. Great. All right, I'm just kidding. Now don't forget the licking wall, kid. Don't forget that licking wall. Okay, so he goes in the side yard, still trying to burn, and then he comes back. He was by the hatchet thrower. I think that's the same one. I'm just trying to burn in the burn barrel and get ready for Christmas. I haven't found the Monopoly set either. As per the live chat, we found it for tonight, way back in the bowels of the storage area. All right, so the sun is down with the neighbor shooting suppressed VZ machine pistola, and my wife is out dropping off gifts to her friends before it gets dark. So I got a little spare time here. Julio is back from the hospital. He made it home for Christmas. That's great. I'm so happy for him. He's in pain, but at least he's home for Christmas. So, Merry Christmas, Julio. So, I never did get the mount on here. And just think, if I needed to use it, I'd be screwed. No. We have plenty of other items, but... So recently I got to know the Rossi, took it completely apart, every part, cleaned it really good, and just about ready to put the little pistol scope back on it right up here, and I heard this mount click, so something wasn't right. I think it was the back screw or something. Anyway, so while that was off of here, I was like, this thing is so handy and short. It's 16-inch triple black Rossi and 44 mag. And I'm holding it, playing with it. I'm like, man, this would be so good with just the sights on it. I didn't get it with the sights on it, but under the sights, you got your screw holes here. So I thought, well, who can I ask about sights? Georgia boy. So I go over to a 3-year-old video of his talking about his marble sights he puts on, different kinds. And I'm like, yeah. And so I ask him a question about what's the exact items of those, because if you look up Rossi, you're not going to find sights just for Rossi. And amazingly, he answered back with the exact item numbers and everything, so I want to thank him for that. A lot of times YouTube, if someone replies to a reply, I don't see it, and he saw it and he answered the question. So if I do go that route, I'm going to do that to this because it is so light, slim, and handy. Even though I lose, eyesight and seeing what's out there, and front sight probably covers everything at 70 yards, a big bull, Anyway, I want to thank Georgia Boy for that. So I did a lot of videos on this while I was taken apart, detailed, how this works, what to look for, and all that. Don't know if I'm ever going to upload those. It would take editing from what I didn't like in those videos. They're edited. So I think I'll just talk about bullets right now. I'm used to Marlins. These aren't bad. A lot of people are scared to take them all apart and all that. Don't take the guides out unless you need to. But they're not bad. They're not bad. I got her down now, so I don't have to scratch my head and say, okay, what do I do first? It's not that bad. It's not like Marlin where you can just pull this and take the bolt out. There's more to it. However, I do like them for how slim and light they are, and it's different, and probably get a few more later on. So I got the Marlins covered in 357 and 44. This one's a 44, so maybe I need a 357 Rossi down the road if the prices come down a little bit once everyone's got their share. I like them threaded. So yeah, this is an NOE mount here. The Rossi comes with a mount like this with a peep sight on it, and I didn't get it that way. I hear they're not that good. The screws break and pop off, especially in a hot 44 mag. The NOE's a little bit on the high side. I want to stay low without a cheek riser type deal. And the Skinner makes them thinner, but they want a fortune for that shipped. So I'll stick with this. Now this is tapered, so I can always stick with the taper and sand her down on a dowel. Might do that, shorten the screws, just to keep it low. But I'm thinking I might just go with sights eventually, once I figure out what loads this likes, where I can see. And then we'll just go to sights and do shotgun patterns after that, because it's really handy. So, right now I got these out, so let's talk about this. The Rossi bullet length, okay, in 44 special, this will feed any bullet I throw in it. Any mold, anything. 44 Magnum, you got to worry about length. So you want to stay under 1.700. Probably you want to actually be in the 1.600 range. You can go a little above that for it to carry up and won't hitch on you. You hitch. I want something that feeds beautifully, no hitching. And so as long as you stick to that, you're good, at least on this one in 44. So these dummy rounds, I got some really tatered dummy rounds. They've hit the floor. They've been used a lot. And by the way, if you have like a split case neck or something, use them for dummy rounds, unless you're going to make 44 special out of them. A couple of these are split necks, and it doesn't matter. So just do that. So the long Keith bullets, unfortunately, do not like that. That's about 700, I think. And even in the Marlin, it does the same. But yeah, that's 1.711. Okay, great in the Red Hawk revolvers, no problem. So we use it for that. This one I think will work in the Marlin. It's kind of dinged up. I wonder if I could measure it good. Yeah, it's more like 1700. And we're all the way up to the top of the crimp groove, or at least this one was. So you got to watch out for that. Now all these work. And here is the Big Daddy. See the Big Daddy Lee 310? Has 2 crimp grooves. Why don't mold makers give you 2 crimp grooves? Because that little bit right there makes all the difference in 44 Magnum. And this will feed all day long in the Rossi. You just got to change your load because of volume. Got to back her down a bit. There's the 240s, no problem. There's a 44 special, anything. So I got bullets here that work in the Rossi. Crimped to the top there, or crimped where the crimp groove is, I mean. There's even a Georgia Boy 200 grain there. Now another thing, this is a 1 in 30 twist. My JM Marlin is a 1 in 38 twist, and I noticed when I'm shooting for groups with iron sights, this didn't grip as well as the lighter bullets. It likes the 240-ish. And that's probably why the Marlin doesn't like this. Now, the Rossi, I'm not sure about. But it's going to like the ones in the 240, 50, 260 grain area, depending if you have gas checks on it or not, as far as weight. And then we'll see if it likes the 200. I don't know what it likes, but I will be using the scope for that. And then I'll go to the sights. I'm rambling. That's why I didn't post a whole bunch of videos on the internals of these. But it's slicker than snot. I did some mods to it, but not much. I didn't have to smooth anything. The bolt is smooth. Everything's smooth. I really like it. The ejector spring needs to be changed, though, and I changed that because it's way too heavy. Shoots them way over your head. Now I got it so it plops like this, just like that, if we're in camera. And it's better action with that done, and you won't, some people break the ejectors on them where it's cut out for the bushing in the spring. Right there where your pin goes through your bolt here. Maybe we'll do videos. Those can break, and that's because of that heavy spring. You do a lighter spring. I found one in the house. It's American made, and it's working great. So if not, you can buy a spring for a couple bucks. I posted the part number in the live chat. That one will work. Now, I loaded these a long time ago. This is a Sierra, what did I write down? 240 grain? This thing will feed all day long, and it's a great little bullet there, but pricey for the bullets. And then this is a, sorry for the noise. This is a Hornady XTP 240 grain, feed it all day long like a 44 special. Now, I just tried this one, and it ain't going to work. This is a Grizzly 320 grain, 1,300 feet per second, 320 grain. In the Ruger Redhawks, they're a pussycat to shoot. I couldn't believe how soft these are to shoot, at least for me and my son. But it is just under 1.700, and it won't hitch up. So unfortunate, but we'll use those up in the Ruger Redhawks. Starline brass, so that's a plus. I like that. The Hornady brass. Oh well. So there's the gist on that. Bullet lengths, no problem though, because most likely what it shoots best is going to be in the 240, 260 range, or 200 on up. And we'll see. We'll find that out later. So another option is to put the sight here where the safety is. And I have the safety on right now. Okay. But that's kind of a little hokey. And first thing I thought, I'm going to delete the safety on a Rossi because that shouldn't be there. But then sometimes when I'm too lazy to make a dummy round for a certain bullet, I can throw the safety on, and within reason, pointed in a safe direction, I can rack some rounds and see how they do. But I do like it. The Cerakote is nice. No, it's not blued, it's Cerakoted, but it's more durable out in the weather, and it looks mean. It looks mean with that matte black finish. Ouch. See, I just hit something. I'd be pissed if that was a beautiful blue. I gun coated some parts here. This is the adapter for the suppressor. Gun coated these, and we put flats on here so you could take it on and off easier. But I got the perfect match. It matches perfectly. So I already scarred that up beating it around. Large lever loop. Okay, before we go, I want to cover all this. These just slow you down. I know all the cool kids like the big lever loops from the movies and slinging them around, which you shouldn't do anyway, you know, on your action. Do the John Wayne stuff. They just slow you down. These are way too big. The blacks come with the large lever loop. My Marlin 357, same deal. I'm either going to have, I think what I'll have to do is get rid of this, put some pad in here, and do a leather wrap where it's bigger on the inside and not as bulky on the outside. And that way you get that throw, because the Rossi's, they carry up at the last minute, so that last bit you want sharp, and boom, it'll throw it up and get it ready to go in the chamber. And these are just too big for that. It's just clunky. It might look cool, but now Rossi sells a medium size and the standard size, but then you might have to fit up at the bolt area. But I'll try that. And if that doesn't work, we're going to cut and TIG and then just hide our sins with the wrap. And we might do that. But for now, everything's great on it. I did do some stuff, but we'll talk about that later. Believe it or not, these are just like the Marlin. These are actual wood underneath. They're not fiberglass or plastic. This is wood. However, it's not the wood that you would like to refinish and stain. So we just leave it like this, where you can just beat on it and ding it up and not worry about it. All right, I want everyone to have a Merry Christmas, and I hope everyone's doing good, and enjoy the evening, and remember what it's really about. And until next time, have a good one. Thanks for watching.